स्वस्ति नः पूषा प्रकृतो मन्त्रपतीन् परादां वैश्वदेवीं वाचमुद्यासगं शिवामदस्ताञ्जुष्टान् देवेभ्यः शर्म मेद्यौ शर्म पृथिवी शर्म विश्वमिदं जगत् शर्म चन्द्रश्च सूर्यश्च शर्म ब्रह्म प्रजापति भूतं वदिष्ये भुवनं वदिष्ये तेजो वदिष्ये यशो वदिष्ये तपो वदिष्ये ब्रह्म वदिष्ये सत्यं वदिष्ये तस्मा अहमिदमुपस्तरणमुपस्तृण उपस्तरणं मे प्रजायै पशूनां भूयादुपस्तरणमहं प्रजायै पशूनां भूयासं प्राणापानौ मृत्योर्मापातं प्राणापानौ मामाहासिष्ठं मधुमनिष्ये मधुजनिष्ये मधुवक्ष्यामि मधुवदिष्यामि मधुमतीन् देवेभ्यो वाचमुद्यासगं शुश्रूषेण्यां मनुष्येभ्यस्तं मा देवा अवन्तु शोभायै पितरो नुमदन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ शन्नो वातः पवतां मातरिश्वा शन्नस्तपतु सूर्यः अहानिशं भवन्तु नः शगुं रात्रिः प्रतिधीयताम् शमुषाणो व्युक्षतु शमादित्य उदेतु नः शिवा नश्यन्तमा भव सुमृडीका सरस्वती माते व्योम सन्दृशी इडायैवास्त्वसि वास्तु मद्वास्तु मन्तो भूयास्मम वास्तोश्चित्स्मह्य वास्तु स भूयाद्योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं च वयं द्विष्मः प्रतिष्ठासि प्रतिष्ठावन्तो भूयास्मम प्रतिष्ठायाश्चित्स्मह्य प्रतिष्ठः स भूयाद्योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं च वयं द्विष्मः आवातवाहि भेषजं विवातवाहि यद्रपः त्वगुं हि विश्वभेषजो देवानां दूतयीयसे द्वाविमौ वातौ वात आसिन्धोरापरावतः दक्षं मे अन्य आवातु परान्यो वातु यद्रपः यदतो वातते गृहे मृतस्य निधिरहितः ततो नो देहि जीवसे ततो नो देहि भेषजम् ततो नो मह आवह वात आवातु भेषजम् शम्भोर्मयो भूर्नो हृदे प्रण आयो वंशितारिषत् इन्द्रस्य गृहोऽसि तन्त्वा प्रपद्ये स गुस्साश्वः सहयन्मे अस्ति तेन भूः प्रपद्ये भुवः प्रपद्ये सुवः प्रपद्ये भूर्भुवः सुवः प्रपद्ये वायुं प्रपद्ये नार्तान् देवतां प्रपद्ये श्माणमाखणं प्रपद्ये प्रजापतेर्ब्रह्मकोशं ब्रह्म प्रपद्य ॐ प्रपद्ये अन्तरिक्षं उर्वन्तरं बृहदग्नयः पर्वताश्च ययावातः स्वस्त्या स्वस्तिमान्तया स्वस्त्या स्वस्तिमानसानि प्राणापानौ मृत्योर्मापातं प्राणापानौ मामाहासिष्टं मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु द्युभिरक्तुभिः परिपातमस्मानरिष्टेभिरश्विना सौभगेभिः तन्नो मित्रो वरुणो मामहन्तामदितिः सिन्धुः पृथिवी उत द्यौः कयानश्चित्र आभुवदूती सदा वृधः सखा कया शचिष्ठया वृता सस्त्वा सत्यो मदानामगुम्भिष्ठो मत्सदन्धसः दृढाचिदारुदेवसो अभीषुणः सखीनामविता चरितॄणाम् शतं भवास्यूतिभिः वयस्सु पर्णा उपसेदुरिन्द्रम् प्रियमेधा ऋषयो नाधमानाः अपध्वान्तमूर्णुहि ऊर्ध्विचक्षुर्मुमुग्ध्यस्मान्निधयेव बद्धान् तन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये शंयोरभिस्रवन्तु नः ईशानावार्याणां क्षयन्ति शर्षणीनाम् अपो याचामि भेषजम् सुमित्रा न आप ओषधयः सन्तु दुर्मित्रास्तस्मै भूया सूर्योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियम् च वयम् द्विष्मः आपो हिष्ठामयो भुवस्तान ऊर्जे दधातना महेरणाय चक्षसे यो वः शिवतमोरसस्तस्य भाजयते हनः उशतीरिव मातरः तस्मा अरङ्गमामवो यस्य क्षयाय जिन्वथा आपो जनयथा च नः पृथिवी शान्ता साग्निना शान्ता सा मे शान्ता शुचगुं शमयतु अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तम् तद्वायुना शान्तम् तन्मे शान्तगुं शुचगुं शमयतु द्यौः शान्ता सादित्येन शान्ता सा मे शान्ता शुचगुं शमयतु पृथिवी शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तिर्द्यौः शान्तिर्दिशः शान्तिरवान्तरदिशाः शान्तिरग्निः शान्तिर्वायुः शान्तिरादित्यः शान्तिश्चन्द्रमाः शान्तिर्नक्षत्राणि शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिर्वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्गौः शान्तिरजा शान्तिरश्वः शान्तिः पुरुषः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिर्ब्राह्मणः शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः शान्तिर्मे अस्तु शान्तिः तयाहगुं शान्त्या सर्वशान्त्या मह्यं द्विपदे चतुष्पदे च शान्तिं करोमि शान्तिर्मे अस्तु शान्तिः एह श्रीश्च ह्रीश्च धृतिश्च तपो मेधा प्रतिष्ठा श्रद्धा सत्यं धर्मश्चैतानि मोतिष्ठन्तमनोतिष्ठन्तु मामागश्रीश्च ह्रीश्च धृतिश्च तपो मेधा प्रतिष्ठा श्रद्धा सत्यं धर्मश्चैतानि मामाहाशिषुः उदायुषा स्वायुषो दोषधीनागुं रसेनोत्पर्जन्यस्य शुष्मेणोदस्थाममृतागुम् अनो तच्चक्षुर्देवहितं पुरस्तात् शुक्रमुच्चरत् पश्येम शरदः शतं जीवेम शरदः शतं नन्दाम शरदः शतं मोदाम शरदः शतं भवाम शरदः शतगुं शृणवाम शरदः शतं प्रब्रवाम शरदः शतमजीतास्याम शरदः शतं ज्योक्च सूर्यन्दृशे य उदगान् महतोर्णवान् विभ्राजमानः शरीरस्य मध्यात् समावृषभो लोहिताक्षः सूर्यो विपश्चिन्मनसा पुनातु ब्रह्मणश्चोतन्यसि ब्रह्मण आणीस्थो ब्रह्मण आवपनमसि धारितेयं पृथिवी ब्रह्मणा मही धारितमेनेन महदन्तरिक्ष रक्षन्ति वन्धाधार पृथिवीगुं सदेवायदहं वेद तदहं धारयाणि मामद्वेदोऽधिविस्रसत् मेधामनीषे माविशतागुं समीची भूतस्य भव्यस्यावरुध्यै सर्वमायुरयाणि सर्वमायुरयाणि आभेर्येभिर्यदतो न ऊनमाप्यायय हरिवो वर्धमानः यदा स्तोतृभ्यो महि गोत्र रुजासि भूयिष्ठभाजो अधते स्याम ब्रह्म प्रावादिष्म तन्नो माहासीत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सन्त्वा सिञ्चामि यजुषा प्रजामायुर्धनं च ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावीत् तद्वक्तारमावीत् आवीन्माम् आवीर्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ तच्छयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजम् शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ मयि मेधां मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मेधां मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयि मेधां मेधां मयि प्रजां 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 मय्यग्निरग्निर्मयि प्रजां प्रजां मय्यग्निः प्रजामिति प्रजां मय्यग्निरग्निर्मयि मय्यग्निस्तेजस्तेजोऽग्निर्मयि मय्यग्निस्तेजः अग्निस्तेजस्तेजोऽग्निरग्निस्तेजो दधातु दधातु तेजोऽग्निरग्निस्तेजो दधातु तेजो दधातु दधातु तेजस्तेजो दधातु मयि मयि दधातु तेजस्तेजो दधातु मयि मयि दधातु दधातु मयि मेधां मेधां मयि दधातु दधातु मयि मेधां मयि मेधां मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मेधां मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयि मेधां मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां मयि प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रो मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयीन्द्रः प्रजामिति प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रो मयि मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियमिन्द्रियमिन्द्रो मयि मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियम् इन्द्र इन्द्रियमिन्द्रियमिन्द्र इन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु दधात्विन्द्रियमिन्द्र इन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु इन्द्रियं दधातु दधात्विन्द्रियमिन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मयि दधात्विन्द्रियमिन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मयि दधातु दधातु मयि मेधां मेधां मयि दधातु दधातु मयि मेधां मयि मेधां मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मयि मेधां मयि मयि मेधां मेधां मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयि मेधां मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां मयि प्रजां मयि मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयि सूर्यः सूर्यो मयि प्रजां प्रजां मयि सूर्यः प्रजामिति प्रजां मयि सूर्यः सूर्यो मयि मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो भ्राजः सूर्यो मयि मयि सूर्यो भ्राजः सूर्यो भ्राजो भ्राजः सूर्यः सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु दधातु भ्राजः सूर्यः सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु भ्राजो दधातु दधातु भ्राजो भ्राजो दधातु दधात्विति दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ तेजोसि तत्ते प्रयच्छामि तेजस्वदस्तु मे मुखम् तेजस्वच्छिरो अस्तु मे तेजस्वान् विश्वतः प्रत्यङ् तेजसा सम्पिपृद्धिमा ओजोऽसि तत्ते प्रयच्छामि ओजस्वदस्तु मे मुखम् ओजस्वक्षिरो अस्तु मे ओजस्वान् विश्वतः प्रत्यङ् ओजसा सम्पिपृद्धिमा पयोऽसि तत्ते प्रयच्छामि पयस्वदस्तु मे मुखम् पयस्वक्षिरो यतो वातो मनोजवाः यतः क्षरन्ति सिन्धवः तासां त्वा सर्वासागं रुचा अभिषिञ्चामि वर्चसा समुद्र इवासि गंहनाम् सोम इवास्य दाभ्यः अग्निरिव विश्वतः प्रत्यङ्ग सूर्य इव ज्योतिषा विभुः अपायो द्रवणे रसः तमहमस्मामुष्यायणाय तेजसे ब्रह्मवर्चसाय गृह्णामि अपाय ऊर्मौ रसः तमहमस्मामुष्यायणाय ओजसे वीर्याय गृह्णामि अपायो मध्यतो रसः तमहमस्मामुष्यायणाय पुष्टैः प्रजननाय गृह्णामि अपायो यज्ञियो रसः तमहमस्मामुष्यायणाय आयुषे दीर्घायुत्वाय गृह्णामि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Shri Sai Ram. On the occasion of the 24th anniversary of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, Whitefield, we will now be offering our annual newsletter, Mano Hriday, at Bhagwan's Lotus Feet, followed by our Director Sir's address.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Surrendering myself at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected Sri Ratnagar Garu, Managing Trustee of Central Trust. Respected Sri Chakravarti Garu, Chancellor of Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning and Trustee of the Sathya Sai Central Trust. My dear elders, students, dear brothers and sisters, and my colleagues from the hospital. It's a privilege to offer this annual report to Bhagwan Baba on this auspicious occasion of the 24th anniversary, when we are stepping into the Silver Jubilee year of the hospital, started in 2001. The healthcare industry across the country has seen in the recent past many types of problems resulting in difficulties for the staff and the patients seeking healthcare. In this ocean of problems that the healthcare industry is facing, we at the Sathya Sai Healthcare Mission have stood tall with no problems whatsoever for over 6 decades since the inception of the Sathya Sai General Hospital at Puttaparthi in 1956. With Bhagwan's blessings, we at the SSSIHMS, that is the Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences at Whitefield, have not had any such problems and have been able to render satisfactory care to all those who come to our doorstep. Since the last few years, patients coming to this hospital have been coming only by appointments, and this is a blessing offered to Swami by the alumnus of the Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, where they handle the appointments by a call center number, which has worked out very well for patients and the hospital at large because it streamlines the whole activity. Learning from the issues faced by the healthcare industry across the country and all over the world, we have decided to take a few steps in the interest of safety of patients and staff as well. Being located in the IT capital of the country and in the center of the IT industry at Whitefield, we are exposed to a lot of problems, though we have not been affected by it. To ensure that such problems do not occur, we have instituted an access control system where we don't need to have multiple personnel to take care of entry of people into the hospital. Hospital entry is only by face recognition, which is also going to facilitate our staff entry and exit and maintains our attendance and timelines. The other problem which we are faced with constantly at Whitefield is the water shortage, which is a known and a chronic thing. Every year in summer we face this water shortage problem, where our consumption of water is about 2.5 lakh liters per day, and all the borewells that we have, most of them have gone dry, and the water table has gone deeper and deeper. To facilitate optimum use of water, there's a project which we have embarked upon with the help of a company called FluxGen, who have instituted a water management system wherein meters are located on the water pipes which monitor the flow. And this activity is seen live on a mobile app as well as in the admin office of the hospital. The fire alarm system is being upgraded, though we have never had an opportunity, thanks to Swami, of to see whether it is working or not, but it's being upgraded in any case to meet with any contingencies. This Temple of Healing at Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences at Whitefield has made significant inroads into patient care activity, where we are dealing with more number of people as well as more types of diseases that come to our doorstep. In the 12 operating rooms that the hospital is blessed with, we perform over 30 surgeries in a day. The hospital activities are divided into 3 different areas. One is the clinical side and the academic side and the research side. In total, the hospital, which was essentially meant to be a super specialty hospital catering to cardiac and neuro specializations in the past, we've added the multi-specialty treatment for patients in 2016. And in the multi-specialty side, we have, in the year 2024, dealt with more than 18,15,549 patients. The cardiology department is very active, and they have 2 cath labs where we have 79,115 interventional cardiology procedures. The cardiac surgery team has performed over 30,461 procedures, and the neurosurgery team has performed over 36,001 procedures. The diagnostics in the imaging services, which is a very critical aspect of any hospital of this kind where we render high-end services. The CT scan has done more than 1,04,815 studies, and the MRI scan has done more than 2,01,949 studies. These two facilities at the hospital run overtime, maybe sometimes till midnight. In the general hospital, total outpatients have been about 1,49,728. We have medical admissions of 1,154 with 217 deliveries and 3,551 surgical procedures in the general surgery department. It is a well-known fact that all healthcare given in these hospitals is free of cost. And this has all been possible with the divine grace of Bhagavan Baba and the constant support of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, which has allotted a budget of over 45 crores annually. In the year 2024, we have had to replace a number of medical equipment which were purchased in the year 2001, and they were 24 years old, so it had to be replaced, and the extent of investment in this is over 9 crores. We also have been blessed with a 180-watt solar plant this year, and the Atma, the electronic health record software, is being implemented at Whitefield shortly, which is already implemented at Puttaparthi. It is notable here to say that this software is a replacement to the existing software that we have because it has grown old and, like all software, is not supported anymore. And this has been given to us free of cost by Dr. Devi Shetty from Narayana Health. In addition to the amount of money spent during the year on developing our healthcare infrastructure, I need to mention here that the people who use these are as important. In addition to the regular staff that we have, who perform exemplary service, working maybe more than 8 to 10 hours or sometimes even more in a day. In addition to this, we have a number of visiting doctors from within the country as well as abroad. Notably in the cardiology department, we have 3 doctors, Dr. Garg, Dr. Yajnaraman and Dr. Srivatsan, who come twice a year to perform interventional procedures on those who have problems who need pacemakers. And they bring with them a lot of devices. And last year it has crossed about 1.89 crores from what they have got. We have also had some support from the local government to provide for vaccinations to the children who come to our hospital. In addition to this, there are a number of devotees who have come forward and helped us in maintaining and managing our infrastructure in the hospital, like the electrical systems which need constant management. And the CSR donations through multinational companies, notably the GE Healthcare and the Siemens Healthineers, has contributed quite a significant amount. And their contribution in the year 2024 has been almost to the tune of 86 lakhs. The smart water management program, which I mentioned, is done as a research project funded by Microsoft. And that is a 7-year project, and the sanctioned fund for that is about 1.2 crores. it is good to note that we have put in a lot of green initiatives in the hospital. Notably among them is we have ensured segregation of dry and wet waste. The dry waste is being sent for recycling and it earns a revenue for the hospital. And the wet waste is going through a composting unit within the premises and which has generated over 3 tons of compost, which is used for the gardens in the campus of the hospital. All this has been possible because we've had some people who are trained in this, and we have also been recognized by the Swachh Bharat mission and been awarded and recognized as a change maker in by the Science and Environment Department in New Delhi. There are many more people who have contributed to the success of this hospital, whom I may not be able to name here because the list is very long. In the academic activities of the hospital, we run a postgraduate program called the Diplomat of the National Board in the departments of cardiology, cardiac surgery, anesthesiology, neurosurgery, and in addition to that, we have a diploma in anesthesia, a 2-year program. There are fellowship programs in cardiac anesthesia, interventional cardiology, pediatric cardiac surgery, and arthroplasty. We have an excellent school of nursing, a college of nursing, which offers nursing education to 40 nursing students annually, and allied health science in the areas of anesthesia and operating room technology, perfusion technology, cardiac care technology, radiation technology, medical lab technology. Recently, we've got approved for a master's in science in echocardiography as well for 5 students. The difference in these institutions is that the students going through the nursing and allied health science course have a very intense human values course as part of their curriculum. We have 20 ongoing research projects by various departments, and some of them are collaborative researches with GE Healthcare and Siemens Healthcare. And there are 20 papers which have been published either as posters or as podium presentations, and 14 publications in peer-reviewed journals. It is appropriate in this forum to acknowledge the support given by the Sathya Sai organization by way of providing us with the Sevadal that we need to manage various activities within the hospital. The Sevadal come to the tune of about 70 to 80 Sevadals on a weekly basis from different districts of Karnataka, and they do tremendous service to help us in the hospital. We also have a very unique service in this hospital which has the same name but does different things in different hospitals. It is called Sai Counseling. The Sai Counseling is a group of volunteers, all ladies, who come on a regular basis and help in bridging the gap between the patient and the doctor. Invariably, what happens is the doctor is bogged down by seeing too many patients, and there's definitely a lack of understanding of what the treatment which has been advised. And these patients are in a very vulnerable situation because of maybe because of their age and also because of their affordability. They cannot go anywhere and they have the habit of accepting whatever is told to them without understanding. So therefore, they build in a lot of tension within themselves, which is not seen on the surface. And the counseling department helps in allaying these tensions with them, trying to talk to them and teach them stress management methods. This has been a very successful program for many years now. and it has seen its result in some of the children and other adults who have undergone major cardiac and neurosurgeries. The outcomes are definitely far better. It is also appropriate for me to make an announcement here to see that as I mentioned before, that we are having a lot of volunteer service by way of doctors and paramedical people, including the Sevaye. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite any medical and paramedical people who are interested to serve in Swami's institutions to take this opportunity and reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to facilitate that service. It is with gratitude that I offer this report to Bhagwan Baba and thank him for all the things that have happened in the hospital till date. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. We, the staff, students and families serving in Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, Whitefield, offer our most humble and reverential pranams, Swami, at your lotus feet. As we gather here to celebrate our 24th anniversary, we welcome all of you to celebrate with us. Even as we take our first footsteps into our silver jubilee year, the 25th year, the world is celebrating Bhagwan's 100th year of Advent. This is indeed a momentous occasion.
Let me interject you here. Celebrate, you said. I heard you say celebrate. What are you celebrating? You're celebrating a hospital? We all thought that we couldn't celebrate a place of pain, a place of suffering, a place of ailment. What are you celebrating? Or are you celebrating the spirit of healing, where along with Swami, patients start seeing beyond the body, mind and spirit? Exactly what are you celebrating? Please tell me.
For a minute, I didn't recognize you, Dr. Prayag. Every year, you turn up either as Yamadharmaraja or, 1 year it was a Yaksha or some celestial being. How is it that you appear, nearly normal today?
Thank you for that, Karthik. I thought this year the Dharmaraja theme was getting a little too scary for people, me being a cardiologist. And I thought people would stop attending our programs if we went right with the Dharmaraja a third time. But in any case, for all those you know and all those you don't, my name is Dr. Prayag. I work as a cardiologist in Baba's hospital. I have been a student of the institute and also a Sevadal from the age of 3. But coming back, Karthik, one thing always strikes me, intrigues me. When I talk at a congregation like this, people generally expect that I'll talk about medical miracles. Somewhere down the line, we got caught up with this ring and this locket and this vibhuti. Swami didn't need to do this to prove he's God. He did this because he was God, and he is God. But in any case, if I'm talking about miracles, as a doctor I feel, and I think all of you would agree, that the biggest miracle that Swami has ever done is give us this breath that we take, this prana, this life which actually makes it possible. And to me as a doctor, there is no bigger miracle than the human body itself.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes.
And if there is any issue with this miracle we call the human body, we always have the option of praying to him, no, for cure. That is always there.
Yes, that is always there. But we cure, do we heal? I do not know. Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you all a question. What happens if you cannot pray? What happens if the body is so afflicted that it cannot pray? Have you ever thought about such a thing happening? Well, that's what happens when patients who are guided by Swami start to look beyond body, mind, and spirit. Let me see this in 3 different patients. I'll go one by one. The body. We had a child who was 10-year-old. I have a child who's 10-year-old here. That's why I can relate this better. We had a child who was 10-year-old who was brought to the hospital with a very rare illness. She had brain fits and she had rhythm problems of the heart. She was diagnosed with a very rare syndrome. And she needed a very costly pacemaker. It's called as the ICD. Now, she and her parents had run pillar to post. It cost somewhere around 7 to 10 lakhs. They were not able to make it meet to it, and she had 3 cardiac arrests. This is real life. This is not Yamaraja's drama. This is real life. She had 3 cardiac arrests, and she comes down to the hospital. And we diagnose her with that, and guess what happens? 1 week before she comes in, a certain ICD is released globally. Is this a coincidence? Is it a coincidence or whatever? Oh, did I forget to tell you something? I forgot to tell you something. This is a deaf and a mute child. A deaf child and a mute child. Na sun sakti hai, na bol sakti hai. Can she ask Swami for help? That's what I was saying. You pray, right? She cannot even vocalize. And then that ICD comes 1 week before. Even the overseas team that was teaming up with us gets flabbergasted. How is it come at that point in time? She gets the ICD and she goes back.
This is indeed amazing.
This happens because there is an eternal Father. Jab rakhe saiya, mar sake na koi. We gave her the ICD for free. We gave her the medicines, the bed, everything for free. Swami gave her love for free. We can go to any extent with a monetary thing. You cannot put a monetary price on this. Am I right?
Absolutely. The body and its limitations do not somehow, still, despite all our bodily limitations, how is it that she was able to connect to Swami, and how is it that that did not stop the flow of grace?
Science.
That is amazing.
SAI.
So,
yes.
Speaking of the body, one of the most striking features is the smile. And here we have somebody who is going to talk to us, and that person helps all of us smile with confidence. Here we have with us the head of the dental department of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, Dr. Vijayendra. So he did his BDS in 1969, then his MDS in 1975, then worked in government service for 27 long years. And even during that, he had a 4-year stint abroad as well. And after that, he served as a professor in 3 private colleges. And in all his busy schedule, from the year 1993, he has been a visiting consultant at the Sri Sathya Sai General Hospital. And then when it moved over to the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, he's been continuing with us. That means over 30 years he's been serving here. And he hails from a devotee family. His mother was a Balvikas trainer. His children and grandchildren are Balvikas alumni or students. And his son follows in his footsteps. he is also a visiting consultant both at Puttaparthi and in our hospital at Whitefield. Dr. Vijayendra. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My humble pranams to our beloved Swami, respected elders and brothers and sisters. Sai Ram to you. Today is a very special day in my life. For the first time, I am standing close to Swami in this holy place. So I thank Swami immensely for this opportunity. As Dr. Karthik said, I am working in Swami's hospital for the last 30 years. I joined the hospital in 1993. Let me tell you how this journey, long journey, began. My mother she was a very good singer. Later, in her later part of her life, she became a Balavika's guru as well as a bhajan training teacher. When I was in 9th standard, we were in Mandya. At that time, Swami came to Maddur, which is just an adjacent place to Mandya. And Swami my mother took me to Maddur to have the first darshan of Swami. I still remember it was a large crowd and we could see Swami from a distance. He was just like a speck, I could see him. But still remember that. Much later, in 67, 68, I had a close darshan of Swami in Brindavana. Then in 69, my mother and myself, we were blessed with an interview here itself in Prashanti Nilayam. And I joined government service in 1970, worked in various centers in Karnataka. Wherever I was posted, I used to be associated with various service activities of the local Sathya Sai Samitis. But my mother always would tell me, you should work in Swami's hospital, try, when the opportunity comes, you must join. I tried couple of times. I remember once in 81, I tried here itself, and again in 92, but somehow my time had not come. It did not materialize. In 93, I was working in Siddhapur slums in Bangalore, which is as a part of Bangalore South service activities. And one fine day, I got a call from Dr. Mayurnath, who was the health coordinator, to know whether I am interested to work in Swami's hospital. It was a dream come true. More than me, my mother was very, very happy. And I went there. Dr. Balasubramaniam was the medical superintendent at that time. He readily permitted me to work in the department. But when I entered the department, my enthusiasm to a great extent evaporated because the chair was not working. The instruments were very old, many of them were not useful also. Then I said this to my mother. See, I went there, but this is what happened. I don't know what kind of work I can do there. She said, I still remember, don't worry about your work. What is important is it gives you an opportunity to be near Swami. Nearness to Swami is more important than all kind of work. Then she used another sentence. She said, these Swami's institutions are symbol of Swami himself. And she gave me an example to convince me about this. She said, you see, we do Saraswati Puja, you keep a book. Then we do Durga Puja, you keep some instruments. And then even the Saligrama itself represents Vishnu. Like that, these Swami's institutions, hospital or whatever it is, whatever he has started, they are representing himself. So if you work there and work sincerely, you are actually serving Swami. Don't worry about other things. Don't worry whether instruments are there or not, old or don't worry about that. Then true enough, sure enough, after a couple of months, same year, Swami visited GH. And it was my first experience. Swami distributed dress material to everybody in the hospital. While giving the cloth to me, he called me by name twice. It was something, which we never dreamt in our life. My mother was there. After a couple of months, actually, she passed away. It was a dream come true for her. She must be very happy today seeing me standing here more than anything else. And then gradually, things after Swami's, when I was getting more and more opportunity to be near Swami, Swami created more opportunities for us. He permitted us to sit in the veranda here. He permitted us to attend the 3 sessions in Brindavana. And there are more opportunities of darshan, sparshan and sambhashan. And in 2009, there was a dental conference here. He made me the prime speaker and also blessed me. So, meanwhile, the infrastructure was very bad when I joined in the department. Thanks to Swami's grace and the support of our administrators, directors and the trust, today we have a department which is well equipped. In fact, we even have an orthopantomograph OPG machine which was procured last year. And when I joined, I was the only doctor working there. Today we have 10 dentists working there with different specialities. And we have a large number of patients. The one good thing about our department is that in spite of the fact we have almost 10 doctors working, we don't have any friction. It is like a big family for us. Whereas when I worked in the other hospitals, like government hospital or even corporate hospitals or even colleges where I worked, always there used to be competition to get the promotion or to be in good books of somebody to get some kind of other benefits. And today we have in our department, we are very friendly. Even the paramedical staffs, everybody is committed to serve Swami. At this stage, I want to share another experience. Couple of years back, a team from Singapore visited our hospital. They wanted to study how a world-class hospital can render free service to the patients. So when I had an occasion to interact with them, they asked me a question: how do you recruit the doctors here in your department and how do you retain them? Because that is a problem everywhere. You take one specialist, then somebody else is offering little extra, they just leave and go away. They were surprised when I told them that we don't even advertise to recruit the doctors. All the doctors have come on their own. Their only goal is to serve Swami, nothing else. So because of that, we have no friction and there is no question of anybody leaving us. In fact, they were surprised when I told them. At this stage, I also want to specially thank our administration. Generally, wherever I worked before other hospitals, it was very difficult to get access to the higher-ups to get in work done. A lot of red tapeism is there, a lot of ego issues are there. Our hospital is so so cool, as the English says. It's very easy. Even all the officials are easily accessible, just a call away, including our director. So a big thanks to our hospital administration who have made our job so easy and pleasurable. In fact, other places, Monday comes means it used to be difficult for us to go. We used to find excuses. Here, let me say, in Bangalore, as all of you know, traffic is hectic. It's very difficult to move from point A to point B. And I stay 20 kilometers away, heavy traffic zone. But still, if I don't want to miss a single Tuesday, I look forward to my work. I don't want to miss it. So this is the kind of environment what we have in our hospital. Lastly, I come to the patients. We have patients of diverse nature. Other hospitals where I worked, they are local groups, cohesive in nature. Here, we get from every corner of India, all groups, different languages, different background, most of them predominantly poor oral hygiene status, poor nutritional status. But one good thing is, they don't create any stress for us because treatment is free of cost. It is not easy, it is not difficult to motivate them for any treatment. Unlike other hospitals where, they are very suspicious when we tell them anything because they feel the cost of the treatment is so much, they are not ready easily for the treatment. And because of this, we don't have any stress. We can focus on our job of treating the patient without worrying about the cost. But here I want to say one more thing. The patients who come to us, they just don't come because treatment is free. They come because of Swami's name. I share at this stage one experience of mine. 2 2-3 years back, I think, couple of years back, we had a Bengali couple who came to our department. The wife had a small ulcer in her mouth, and they had already consulted several doctors in their place. And I saw them, there is just an innocuous ulcer, nothing to worry, nothing to be scared of. I went through the records, the diagnosis was correct, treatment planning was correct, nothing that I could do anything extra than what already they have been done. They have done. Then I told this gentleman, why you have come all the way from Calcutta, you're wasting your money and time. Whatever they have done is correct. For that, this person said, sir, nobody gave us, with patience, never explained to us these things. And I don't consider it as a waste coming here. My friends in Calcutta told me, you go to Baba's hospital, your problem will be solved, treatment is free, and doctors are good. But when I make this statement, it makes me more responsible and more humble. So now I come to the last part of my talk. What is the benefit of working in Swami's hospital? Because in the earlier part of my talk, I said, working in Swami's hospital is a puja. That's what my mother said. And in our Hindu tradition, all puja has got a puja phala. We have Vishnu Sahasranama, at the end of that, there is a phala. You go to Tirupati, we get the laddu, there are 3 benefits. As soon as you hold the laddu, excellent smell and ghee smell, very nice taste also. But if you keep on eating, you will also become laddu also. That is, second benefit is there. And if you are hungry, hunger also is elevated. So you have got 3 benefits. Like that, by working in Swami's hospital, what kind of benefits we have? Do we have benefits? There are several benefits are there, but I can narrow down, think of 3 benefits. First benefit, according to me, is, as I said, these institutions represent Swami himself. So by working here, we are offering puja directly to Swami. So it takes us near to Swami. Nearness is there. The second benefit is, we are doing Madhava Seva through Manava Seva. So it will be blessed according to Swami himself. The third benefit is his immense grace. When nearness to Swami is there, immense grace is there. When I think about grace, I want to share one more personal experience. On November 28th of 2012, I did the service as usual in Swami's hospital on Tuesday, went home. Same night I had MI. I had a heart attack and middle of the night, and that time a car also was not there, I had given for service. So we didn't know what to do. We opened the door, right in front of the gate, there an auto driver is parked the auto and is sleeping in the auto. I don't know why he was there, except Swami must have sent him. So we told him, take us to Sagar Hospital. We went there, and immediately they diagnosed, I have an anterior wall MI, and decided to do an angioplasty. So rest I do not know what happened, because I was already anesthetized. Next morning, that is on 30th morning, the angioplasty was done, which was Wednesday. Thursday, Friday I was kept, Saturday I sent home. Sunday we had Deva Samaradhana in connection with my son's wedding, and that's why I'm just telling you this. So Sunday was the Deva Samaradhana. Tuesday we traveled by train to Dharwad, which is 450 kilometers away, one way. And I performed my son's wedding on Wednesday, Thursday, returned by train itself. Friday, Saturday was break, Sunday there was a reception. Imagine what a perfect timing Swami has done. If 2 days if it is delayed, I would have had an MI in the train. If 3-4 days, the marriage would have been cancelled. Exact perfect timing. If this is not grace, I don't know what grace is. So, I thank Swami immensely for having chosen me as his instrument in his golden mission. I pray Swami to give me the strength and allow me to serve him till my last breath. Sai Ram to you. Sai Ram.
చూడంగవలనేని సోమశేఖరుంబోలు సుందరమూర్తిని చూడవలయు వినగంగవలనేని విందునరించుని వేదవాక్యంబులే వినంగవలయు మృకంగవలనేని పుణ్యార్థదాయయౌ పుణ్యపురుషు నిన్ను మృక్కవలయు గణతిల్పవలనేని గణనీయని నామమూర్తిని నిన్ను బల్గను తిల్పవలయో నిఖిల జగముల కల్లను నేతవగుచు సకల శుభములను నగూర్చు సాధుమూర్తి నిన్ను కొల్వంగమే మేరి సన్నుతును సర్వలోకేశ శ్రీ సత్య సాయి బాబా
So Karthik, as we move on, I told you that we are looking at a very special group of people whom we call patients, who look beyond the body, mind, and soul. Let me tell you about another patient that comes to mind. Mind, since we are on the mind. This is a 55-year-old teacher. Incidentally, her name is Shakti, and we're speaking in front of another Shakti. So, Mrs. Shakti is a teacher from Tamil Nadu. She's a maths teacher. And she had to undergo a very high-risk angioplasty, which we did, me and Dr. Rita, my head of department. So we did this, and she had, out of the 3 arteries, 2 were blocked. She had only 1 artery she was living on. And we knew that this was going to be a little stormy for 3 or 4 seconds. So, incidentally, I need to tell you something about her. She had a habit of saying Sai Ram 3 times in a sentence. Sai Ram, sir, I have come in the morning. Sai Ram, sir, I have had my breakfast. Sai Ram. You know, it's a tick many people in our organization have. So we used to smile at that. In any case, it has a bearing on what I'm saying. So, Mrs. Sai Ram Shakti, as we used to call her, she undergoes angioplasty. If you permit me, let me just describe to you exactly 10 seconds of what happened. Beep, 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 silent. A 3-second cardiac arrest. The stent is put, stent is out, beep, beep, beep. Now that was not something interesting. What was? She used to keep on chanting, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Stopped. For 3 seconds there was no Sai Ram. And then the rhythm comes back, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. More than the claps, I want you to understand what happened. Understand clinically what happened. She had a cardiac arrest. When she went into it, she was chanting Sai Ram. She was in her conscience. In her conscience. What happens when she arrests and she comes back? Who told her to start chanting Sai Ram? I didn't, Rita didn't, nobody did. That is constant namasparana. These are all science things which we hear, right? Which we hear from Swami, but we have actually seen this happen. And this lady goes back home walking with that Sai Ram. We still want to call her Sai Ram Shakti.
That's amazing.
Sometimes I really feel, Karthik, disease gets someone so close to Swami. we learn things out of them. We learn things out of our patients. She said, I had only one thing. Later on when I asked her, I had only one thing, sir. You all told me how much risk there is, Sai Ram. But I knew only one thing, that my faith had to be bigger than my fear. I knew that if I went through it, he would walk me through it. But if I did not go through it, he would take me with him. That is the level of faith you need to overcome fear. That's something I have learned from her.
That's amazing. Swami, when he speaks about Akhanda Bhajan, differentiates Akhanda Bhajan, that is uninterrupted chanting of Swami's name,
yes,
ceaseless, vis-a-vis Khanda Bhajan, where we stop bhajan or thinking of Swami because of the distractions of the mind. So, in this case,
correct,
it appears, even though the body was not conscious,
absolutely,
her mind must have been chanting Sai Ram, and when the body regained consciousness, that is the only way we can explain how
truly,
even beyond the body, the mind is so powerful. So I think we should have somebody speak to us who represents the mind, and
surely,
who better than Dr. Vikram Prabhu, who is a psychiatrist, a visiting consultant at our hospital. So Dr. Vikram Prabhu, so he has been consulting at Sri Sathya Sai General Hospital since 1997 and at Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences since March 2001. Again, 25 plus years of seva at Swami's hospital. He graduated from the Kasturba Medical College, Mangalore, and then went on to do his post-graduation at NIMHANS, Bangalore, and then also did additional training at the Washington University School of Medicine, St. Louis, USA. But more than all this, he considers himself very blessed because he's a second generation devotee of Bhagwan, his father having had the first darshan of Bhagwan in 1963.
wow.
I will not keep you further. Let's listen to Dr. Vikram Prabhu.
We welcome you, sir.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Beloved Bhagwan, I offer my most humble pranams at your lotus feet. Revered elders, ladies and gentlemen, students, boys and girls. Love my uncertainty. I was thinking what to speak here, but then after stepping into Sai Kulwant Hall, I have had to change my line of thought. So I didn't know that this was going to be mind and body. So that was love my uncertainty. Let us see if I can have the continuum. And I think Bhagwan will do that. Hopefully. I will speak a few things in the beginning, and then maybe in the end, it'll all, I'm doing this. Please watch what I'm doing, and let's see if it all coalesces into something substantial. As I was, introduced by Mr. Karthik, my father had the first darshan of Bhagwan in 1963, and that was because, see, we were talking about being conscious. I can only think of one figure at the age of 9, and that was Nachiketa. Do you find such a figure anywhere? A pre-pubescent boy who is reprimanded by his father and then goes and waits for Yamaraja, and without food, so much so that when Yamaraja comes, he says, I must first offer you food. That's the Kathopanishad. And his single-minded pursual of the truth, it all has to do with the mind. He transcended the body, gave up food. A 9-year-old boy transcended the body feeling, which Bhagwan always refers to. He could wait, and then he doggedly pursued the truth or what he wanted to hear so that he could have Brahma Vidya. Bhagavan often refers to this. So what is the mind for? It is probably, Bhagavan said, Paravidya and Aparavidya, only when we start pursuing the Paravidya will the mind become steady. So my father had his first darshan in 1963, and then I remember, we used to have bhajans at home. But the turning point, see, you were talking about being conscious and unconscious, that lady saying Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Now, I would have a slightly different take on this. For some people, there is also what Bhagavan called chamatkar. A chamatkar brings about, there is a phenomenon called epiphany. You go through something in life and it transforms you. And that transformation is enduring. Some people talk about smashana vairagya. It has happened to me, I remember. I won't go into that too much, but it happens. You're so moved. But the moment, and Bhagavan also refers to this, he says, moment you're out of the precincts of Prashanti Nilayam, you're back to your old ways. So how should change be enduring? See, we are talking about that, very important. Change should be enduring, otherwise we remain the same. So in 1973, March, something happened. Bhagavan made a visit to Delhi. He had come in 1972 and he again came in 1973. This is all there. You please watch this video. Now, of course, it's there on the YouTube. Love Flows North. And in that, Bhagavan attends a function at a place called Sapru House. It's in the Connaught Place area, Barakhamba Road in Delhi. Now, what happened was, during that function, my parents happened to be present with my young brother. I was trying to see in the video if they are there, but what happened was this. Bhagavan walked up, before the program commenced, he walked up the aisle, right up to the back where my parents were seated. And what he did was, he touched my brother here and just walked back. He didn't say anything. That was the turning point, and my father would always take a lot of pride and joy, both, in narrating this. And there's a background to this. My brother, he must have been 6 years old that time. He had fallen into, rather his hand had, fallen into a boiling pan of oil. They were preparing something and the oil was placed at a ground level and he slipped and fell and his palm went into the boiling oil. And in the process, he spilled some oil here. And he got admitted, treated, and he developed a keloid here. Keloid is development of a lot of fibrous tissue here. And the doctors had said that he will probably require surgery when he grows up. And look at the all-knowing one. He came, he touched, and he walked away. And after that, over a period of several months, the keloid just dissolved. No surgery was required. Now that is chamatkar. So, after that experience, you start developing more and more shraddha. Now, I would like to narrate some things. The word coincidence was used. Bhagavan said coincidence is an incident where God chooses to hide himself. But this Parthivasa has doggedly chased me, if I may say so. It's not in a humorous way that I'm saying, but I'll tell you something. What happened was, in 1990, I had gone to the US. Like all youngsters, I also had this dream. So I was in this place called Syracuse. And I was I like to read. So I was fascinated by all these public libraries there. So I used to go to a public library, and in the evening, my, sister's brother-in-law would come and pick me up. So I was waiting there in a parking lot, huge parking lot. So I was standing next to a vehicle, and I just peeped into the windscreen of a car, and I found Bhagwan's photograph. Mind you, these are the 1990, not the days of internet. There was no internet. Of course, he's omnipresent, but I happened to glance upon Bhagwan's picture. So then I waited for my brother-in-law and said, look, this is what is there in the car. And they were trying to locate the Sathya Sai Center in Syracuse. So we decided to wait to see whose car this was. Promptly came a person, a gentleman, and then when we asked him, he said, yes, there is a Sathya Sai Center in Syracuse. A gentleman by name Dr. Ravi Dabir runs it. Baldwinsville. And the next Sunday we were there. It's a small world. Lord Vamana covered all the lokas with a foot. So, it's whether you call it small or vast, that's his Leela. He can expand, he can contract. We were stunned. But it's like we were trying to find a Sathya Sai Center and see how it was located. Another incident I want to narrate, which really shook me. I joined a residency program, and I was doing a duty on Sunday, and the police in the United States, in the city, they brought a gentleman who was handcuffed. He had created some havoc. He was a bit violent. And that's why he was handcuffed and brought for a psychiatric evaluation. Now, moment he saw me, and I started conversing with him, he said, Doctor, you're from India. I said, yes. Next question, have you seen Sai Baba? Again, mind you, all in the 90s. I said, yes, I have seen him. I didn't want to start talking about Bhagwan there, but I was taken aback, totally. Then they removed the handcuffs, he calmed down. Now again coming to the mind, the name of Bhagwan he takes, and when I say I have seen him, he calms down. He has a free-flowing conversation with me. So what is the power of the name that calms us from deep within, which confers peace? I want to add that dimension. See, over the past maybe year in our hospital, I had two experiences that I would like to narrate. Actually, one happened earlier, but the one that happened recently, one lady that I saw, the same kind of experience as Dr. Vijayendra. She was from Bengal. I said, you can follow up. It's only tablets that you require. You can follow up locally. Then she started sobbing, crying. And she showed me her finger. There was a ring. And she said, I bought a packet of Vibhuti in Puttaparthi, and I found this ring in that packet, and I'm wearing it. I've had the blessings of Bhagwan, and I want to keep coming to this hospital because I have his blessings, and I feel I'll get well here. I just looked at her. What can you say? There was another young lady who came from North Karnataka. This was years ago at the general hospital. So I treated her, and then, I shouldn't say I treated her, I interacted with her. Sorry, Bhagwan. She got better and came back. And when she came, you know what she did? Young lady, must have been in her early 30s. She opened her purse, and there was a big wad of notes, 500 rupee notes. She said, I want to give this to the hospital because I've gotten better here. I was taken aback. I took her to our Sri Rajaratnam, who was in charge of the hospital, and then, we told her, there's no cash counter here. She was even more taken aback. She said, what do you mean? See, this is what it is. Can we deliver health care for the masses without them having to calculate what it entails? That's the prime thing that makes them hesitant. Okay, what I'll do is, one more thing I wanted to narrate. In May of 2015, there was a conference in Calcutta, so I'd gone for that. I wanted to visit Dakshineshwar to have the darshan of Mother Kali. You know, that was the temple where Sri Ramakrishna worshipped Mother Kali. And I also want to mention that in 1973, during the summer course, please listen to that booming voice of Bhagwan. He says how Sri Ramakrishna went around and he gave a tight slap to Rani Rasmani, who was the donor of that land, saying, "Why can't you focus? Why are you here?" Again, the mind, how it tends to wander. I once remember Bhagwan saying, "Vishnume Jagatyam Jagatimay Vishnum." Lord Vishnu pervades the entire universe, and that way the mind. That's why he is the Karaka of the mind, because he is everywhere, and like the Chanchal mind, Vishnu is all pervasive. Very beautiful words come to my mind here of Bhagwan. So then what happened was, that was the very day that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was visiting that temple. Traffic restrictions. Anyhow, we reached the temple, a colleague of mine and I. And what happened was, you know, a colleague of mine the previous day said, "In case you want to go there, you mention my name." He was volunteering at the Ramakrishna Mission Hospital. So we went to the chief priest and told him that we are from Bangalore and so has referred us, and we didn't make any requests. Then he said, "Okay, your doctors, where are you from?" I said, "We are from Bangalore." "Which hospital do you work at?" I took the courage of saying Sri Sathya Sai Hospital. Moment I said Sri Sathya Sai Hospital, he stood up. He was, in his office. And he said, "You have come from Bangalore, you work at Sri Sathya Sai Hospital? हम बहुत आदर करता है सत्य साई हॉस्पिटल का. इधर से बहुत लोग जाते हैं उधर और उनको बहुत फायदा हुआ है. आपका अस्पताल बहुत अच्छा है, आइए." And mind you, I consider this applause for all the staff members who work at the hospitals of Bhagwan. And this is the reputation that has been created. All Bhagwan's grace work, but each one of you seated here has been a part of what I had to hear. And it was so thrilling. And he took us straight. You can Google May 15th, a visit of Prime Minister Modi. There are pictures. And you know what he did? He took us straight near the Mother Sai Gayatri. And he said, these were his words, gives me goosebumps even now. He said, "You're standing where the Prime Minister of India stood 1.5 hours ago." What could I say? I just kept quiet. Bhagwan, you're everywhere. See, few days ago, I'll conclude in a few minutes. Few days ago, while I was driving from Bangalore to Puttaparthi, I played some discourses. Each discourse is some 50 minutes, 1 hour. And suddenly what came? It was a discourse which I had listened to half. Bhagwan singing, "Chalo re man, Ganga Yamuna tir. Chalo re man, Ganga Yamuna tir. Ganga Yamuna nirmal pani, sheetal ho sharir. Chalo re man." This came up. Today's Sunday, last Sunday. And then Bhagwan goes on for his translation. I'll do one thing. I can't dilute his words. This is again coming to the mind part. this whole thing about the mind and body, okay, many devotees, this is taken from why the avatar, comes down. Sathya Sai speaks, August 31st, 1983, Prashanti Nilayam. Many devotees go on pilgrimages to Benares, Prayag, mark that, or other sacred places in the hope that thereby they will be absolved of their sins. Pilgrimages are not the means to wipe out sins. What is required is purification of the heart and the mind. If the mind is cleansed through sadhana, divinity will reveal itself on its own accord. Sant Meera gave the same message when she sang a bhajan calling upon the mind to go to Ganga and Yamuna. The Ganga and Yamuna she had in mind are not the rivers in the northern part of India, but the inhaling and exhaling breaths in each one of us. The nadis, the Ida and the Pingala, the central spot between the eyebrows, Bhru Madhyasthana, is the Prayag. The place where Ganga and Yamuna converge. By concentrating on this spot, Krishna can be discovered, the supreme consciousness. This spot is described by Meera as cool, pure and undisturbed. Inhaling and exhaling symbolize what one should take in and what one should reject. And holding the breath kumbhaka signifies what one should hold on to, namely divinity. And that is what that lady held on to. When she was saying Sai Ram and the heart stopped, she held on that she did a kumbhaka. And again she started inhaling and exhaling, Puraka and Richaka. One should take in the pure things and reject the impure. Anyhow, I will conclude. Do I have half a minute to read something that Bhagwan said, again to do with the mind? See, this is the most moving thing. Some of these things that Bhagwan has said, I'll tell you. So, the previous thing, I mentioned because I was stunned. And the Kumbh Mela is going on. The Kumbh Mela is going on. And it's the Mahakumbh now until the 26th of February. So, a lot of us may be able to go, but some of us may not be able to go. But where is this Prayag? Bhagwan has said. So you can have, if you close and you focus here, Prayag is here, the Ida and the Pingala. See, this is the beauty of Bhagwan. No one else talks about the spiritual import. Otherwise, everything is a mere ritual. Rituals are necessary. That is like ABCD, the first standard. But Bhagwan says, whatever you do, Raga Bhava Tala for bhajan singers, isn't it? If you sing with that spirit, similarly, whatever we do, if we do it in this spirit. So, this is also Bhagwan's, poem. You can learn many skills and win audiences over. You can be a hero and fight in a war. You can be born as the king of kings, rule over a kingdom and give gifts of cows and gold. Godanam. He says, you should listen to Bhagwan in his original. You can count the many minute dots of stars in the sky. You can identify each and every species by its name. You can master the 8 branches of yoga, Ashtanga yoga. You can go on a journey to the moon. But, and when he says but, in Telugu, Kani, that Kani is tremendous. But can you become disciplined? Restrain the sense organs. Point the mind inwards. Be unwavering, selfless and steady. Jai Sai Ram.
ఇదే వైకుంఠం, ఇదే కైలాసం, ఇదే వైకుంఠం, పర్తి సాయి పరమ పదం, సత్య సాయి దివ్య పదం, ఇదే కైలాసం, ఇదే వైకుంఠం, విభూతి సుందర మూర్తిగా సాయి దర్శనమిచ్చే కైలాసం, అభయమునిచ్చే సాయి శ్రీహరి రక్షణ నొసగే వైకుంఠం, విభూతి సుందర మూర్తిగా సాయి దర్శనమిచ్చే కైలాసం, అభయమునిచ్చే సాయి శ్రీహరి రక్షణ నొసగే వైకుంఠం, ఇదే కైలాసం, ఇదే వైకుంఠం, పర్తి సాయి పరమ పదం, సత్య సాయి దివ్య పదం, ఇదే కైలాసం, ఇదే వైకుంఠం. విష్ణు పాదమున పుట్టిన గంగను దాహార్తుల ఖండించాడు, పసిబాలునిగా ఎన్నో ఇడుమల కరణముగళమున దాల్చాడు. విష్ణు పాదమున పుట్టిన గంగను దాహార్తుల ఖండించాడు, పసిబాలునిగా ఎన్నో ఇడుమల కరణముగళముల దాల్చాడు. సాయి అన్న ఒక్క పిలుపుకే పెనుబాధలు తొలగించాడు, కరుణామయుడై పుట్టపర్తిని కైలాసంగా మార్చాడు. సాయి అన్న ఒక్క పిలుపుకే పెనుబాధలు తొలగించాడు, కరుణామయుడై పుట్టపర్తిని కైలాసంగా మార్చాడు, ఇదే కైలాసం, ఇదే వైకుంఠం, పర్తి సాయి పరమ పదం, సత్య సాయి దివ్య పదం, ఇదే కైలాసం, ఇదే వైకుంఠం. కడలి అలలపై శేషపాండుపై శ్రీహరి రూపం చూపాడు, గణపతి మారుతి మాతా దుర్గా సాయిగా దర్శనమిచ్చాడు. కడలి అలలపై శేషపాండుపై శ్రీహరి రూపం చూపాడు, గణపతి మారుతి మాతా దుర్గా సాయిగా దర్శనమిచ్చాడు. దశావతారములెత్తిన దైవం తానేనని చూపించాడు, వైభవదీప్తుల వెలిగే పత్తిని వైకుంఠమని చూపాడు. దశావతారములెత్తిన దైవం తానే
as a man of science who's been working in this hospital, I've seen a lot of magic happening. I've seen a stroke patient who was shifted from here because there was a lot of COVID going on in Puttaparthi and ultimately underwent a surgery and started walking in an hour. I have seen a child who's six-month-old, whom we did a stenting for, grew up, eventually went through a pus abscess in the brain, done by the neurosurgery team, eventually underwent a cardiac surgery. That is the kind of fighting spirit our patients have. As I said, I've seen a lot of magic going on in the hospital. Magic, like, does it remind you of vibhuti, rings, lockets? Yes, that is also a very unique magic. But Swami showed me a different magic as a doctor. Swami showed me a magic which I and my colleagues call as man and God in continuum. Think about it. Man and God in continuum. It's only that divinity that flows through these people. This sea in white, that sea in white, this sea in yellow. That is when it gets translated to the real magic. This is your journey. A journey for all of us from Sai to IAS. Sai and I to I am Sai.
So from the body and the mind, now we go to the spirit. So we have with us a speaker who has been a student of Swami since his childhood. He studied since his primary school, first in Ooty and then in Puttaparthi. And then he did his BSc, he graduated with a gold medal. And his MSc, his grade point average was an impeccable 5.0. I remember that during one of the summer courses, Swami also blessed him with a diamond ring for, having imbibed the values the best. There was a test also. So we have with us now our Sri Praveen, who Swami also sent to the US for doing his masters in public health with specialization in healthcare. We have Praveen with us, Sairam.
Yuga dharma paddhatul vigalitamayyunda nayamargamunu trippi nadupa koraku lokamul ilalo kallolamai bhadiyunna salmargavartana salupa koraku dhurmargavattanul krungidhinatanunda sadhu samrakshana salupa koraku kala sandigdha vigraha suktulayunda bhashyartha guptamul paluka koraku shma bharamu bhapi bhudevi manupu koraku tretano sagina korkelu tirchu koraku avatarilchanu achyutul dhavaliyaldu vasudevakya Shri Sai vasudha shauri vasudevakya Shri Sai vasudha shauri vasudha shauri. Om Shri Sai Ram. This poem rendered by Bhagwan in the 54th birthday discourse says that the very same Lord who came as Lord Krishna has come today to rectify the deviation in dharma of the yuga and to protect the good who have been suppressed by the wicked and to elevate the suffering of Mother Earth and to grant the boons that he has promised in the Treta Yuga. I would like to say that working in Bhagwan's institution is the greatest blessing one can ever have. Once in Kodaikanal, Bhagwan asked a group of students and devotees, what is the greatest good fortune one can ever have? Some said moksha, and some gave different replies, but Swami corrected saying that the greatest good fortune one can get is being born in the same time as the avatar. Second, to recognize the avatar and to be able to come near him. And third is to be able to study in his institutions and work for him. There is nothing greater than that, is what Bhagavan said. And to some of our students, Swami remarked, Swami always used to joke, Sai Baba to pancheste mik chala labam ra. Swami said that when you work for me, I take care of your 7 generations. Alvin Kalicharan is here, cricketer, and India is a cricket crazy nation. So I would like to say that for Bhagwan, there are only 6s, there are no singles. So any total you give, he'll complete in no time. So I'll give some highlights, because Bhagwan's work is only highlights. There are no ones and twos there. Bhagwan sent me to the US in 2001, and he started batting right away. When I was in the US, one day suddenly my brother was sitting here, and Bhagwan was there, and he called him. And he asked, how is your father? My brother was surprised. It was not a mobile era. There was only like, you had to make a trunk call, and STD calls were just coming in. So he didn't know what happened. Then he said, your father just now had an accident. And Swami explained that the wheels of the car were going before the car. And the car did 3 paltis and fell into the ditch. But nothing happened, only one small scratch. That there's a video on YouTube which you can see that, where Swami is mentioning that when he went back and called my father, he says that's what exactly happened. Swami had given him a 3-diamond ring, and one of the diamonds had fallen off. And when he came in subsequent interview, Swami took it and blew it and made it whole again. This was in 2001. And I would like to narrate what happened in 2023. So Bhagwan has not stopped with batting. It's highlights all way. When my father had gone to the US, because my brother was having the second baby, Prayag knows that he has been a heart patient with a very weak heart, and all of a sudden he developed a complete LV bundle block, and he suddenly felt very tired, and my brother took him to ER, and the heart rate that was recorded was 50, and by the time they put him on a monitor, it had become 25. So they put a temporary pacemaker, and next day was Independence Day weekend, so they continued on temporary pacemaker, and then CRTP, the latest CRTP was put. That's not the end of the story. He had a travel insurance which he took from here, but that was not valid, because Swami gave a small dental problem, and when he went there, the dentist said, oh, what sort of insurance is this? So Swami made my brother take a travel insurance in the US, so that helped cover the cost of the treatment. So though in spite of him being in the US, where that procedure, later I came to know, costs around 2.5 crores. And that in this hospital, as Director Sir was mentioning, that we do 100 cardiac surgeries. Each cardiac surgery costs that much, and 300 angioplasties and pacemaker implantations, and close to 180 neurosurgeries, and close to 300 multispecialty surgeries. The entire budget for that is equal to one procedure in the US, and Swami ensured that it was done free of cost. So be it his eyesight, he was supposed to lose eyesight twice. Swami treated him in our hospital, and he has perfect eyesight now. My mother, she was diagnosed with cancer, and Swami cancelled it first, and then when she again had to go, doctor herself called and did the surgery and ensured that she didn't have any cancer. My grandmother, she had several pass-out situations, and Swami called her to our hospital, and a pacemaker was implanted. My grandfather, he had severe, we live in a very fluoride-rich environment, so all the people in that area have knee replacement surgeries. And Swami himself, when the orthopedic department was opened in 2006, he ensured that both his knees were operated. This was close to 20 years back. And I'm proud to say that my grandfather was able to climb a mango tree to pluck mangoes at age of 92. Coming to myself, since the time is very short, in 2003, I had a major car accident, and I was sleeping in the car when that happened, and the car started rotating, and it was going into a big ditch. And when I woke up, it was 3:30 in the morning. When I woke up, I only saw there was a huge lorry pushing it, and we were going. And only thing I could shout at that point was Sai, Sai, and immediately everything stopped. And the lorry driver later remarked, saying that I have had 5 such accidents and no one survived. There must be some power behind you. Similarly, when in 2008, most of our hospital staff, we were coming in the Whitefield bus that comes from Whitefield to Parthi, and the bus driver had fits while he was driving, and I was sitting right behind him, and I saw the bus was going off-road in Budagiri Cross, and it went and hit an electric pole, and there were sparks all around, and same thing, we had no other option to shout Sai Ram, Sai Ram, and immediately the entire thing stopped. When we got down, there was a huge ditch, construction ditch on the side, there was sparks on the pole, but nothing happened. We were close to 20 of the Whitefield Hospital staff in that. So he keeps on, as I told you, he only hit 6s. He keeps on saving us time and again. And coming to my son, pre-COVID, he had a health issue, which we said, let us do it in the holidays time. And suddenly some random doctor calls and says, why are you delaying it? Get it done immediately. And we had the procedure done, and the moment he got discharged from the hospital, the lockdown started. If that didn't happen, we would have suffered with that problem for the next 2 to 3 years when there was COVID going on. So as I told you, Swami, whatever word he gives, he keeps it up. He doesn't make any shortcuts. He only hits 6s. And this is already, I have narrated 4 generations where he has taken care. So I would like to end with one of Swami's own padyams, which he has sung. Dhanamu rasigaposinal kanagarane anandamunu meerandukondi tirthayatralu villu tiriginal kanarane anandamunu meerandukondi vidyalalniyu vallavesinal kanarane anandamunu meerandukondi pranamul bhigabattinal kanarane anandamunu meerandukondi కాసు ఖర్చువు లేదు కాయ కష్టము లేదు లేదు చదువు సాధనాది బాధల్ మీ మనసొకంత ఇచ్చి మరి సాయి కడనున్నా మీ మనసు కల్త ఇచ్చి మరి సాయి కడనుండా అందరాని ఫలము పొందుకోండి. This means that whatever the bliss that one expects to get from spending wealth, even that which cannot be given by education or by lot of penance, just by being in Swami's presence, working for him, you can get that bliss, is what Swami means. I would like to make an appeal to all the staff members of Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust that we have got a great good fortune that Swami has given, the highest good fortune that is possible for any human being, to be able to work in this noble institution. So hold on to this, never give up. And to the future generation of students also, and the humanity at large, centenary year, the Sai Pushpaka Viman is going to take off. This is your chance. There are very limited seats that are available. So it is up to you to grab those seats. Pray to Bhagwan that he gives a chance to get into those seats and to take off in the Sathya Sai Pushpaka Viman. Jai Sai Ram.
We will now offer a song.
మీరందరూ కూడాను ఈ సేవా సంస్థలను దినదినాభివృద్ధి గావించడానికి తగినటువంటి కృషి చేయాలి.
All of you should take a vow to develop this seva organization day after day.
అందరూ చేరండి.
Take all people within the fold.
భగవంతుని బిడ్డలుగా మీరు విశ్వసించండి.
Consider everyone as a child.
ఎవరికి చేసినా మా సోదర సోదరులకు చేస్తున్నామని భావించండి.
To whomsoever you serve, you think that you are serving your own brothers and
మీరు
sisters.
ఆవిర్భవిస్తాడు.
Then only God manifests in you.
భగవద్ దర్శనాన్ని మీరు పొందుతారు.
You will definitely get a vision of God in you.
సందేహం లేదు.
There is no doubt whatsoever.
అతి శీఘ్ర కాలంలోనే ఇటు దివ్యమైన అనుభూతిని కూడా మీరు అనుభవిస్తారు.
You will experience this great experience in a short time.
నిజంగా ఈ సంస్థల నుంచి వేరైనటువంటి వారు దురదృష్టవంతులే.
People who have gone away from these organizations are unfortunate ones.
మీరందరూ కూడా దురదృష్టవంతులు కాకుండా అదృష్టవంతులుగా మారాలి.
You should not become unfortunate ones.
ఎలాంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో సంస్థను ఏమాత్రము వీడకుండా చూసుకోవాలి.
Come what may, do not give up this organization.
సంస్థని మీ ప్రాణంగా విశ్వసించాలి.
Consider the organization as your life breath.
ఇదే నిజమైనటువంటి యొక్క దృఢము.
This is real.
ఇదే నిజమైనటువంటి యొక్క తపస్సు.
This is real penance.
ఇలాంటి దీక్షను పూని
taking a vow on these lines,
దక్షులు కాండి.
become
ఇదే నేను ఆశించేటువంటి ఆశయం.
This is what I desire.
స్వామి ప్రేమ నిరంతరము మీ వెంటనే జంటనే ఇంటనే కంటనే ఉంటుండాలి.
जय 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 गणपति देवा, जय गणपति देवा, जय 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 गणपति देवा, गणपति देवा, जय 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 गणपति देवा,
बड़ा चित्त चोरा वृंदावन संचारा बड़ा चित्त चोरा वृंदावन संचारा बड़ा चित्त चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला हे मुरली गोपाल गोपाल गोपाला 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 हे मुरली गोपाल गोपाल गोपाला हे मुरली गोपाल गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाल गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाल गोवर्धनोद्धार गोपाल बाल गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहारा गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहारा बड़ा चित्त चोरा वृंदावन संचारा बड़ा चित्त चोरा वृंदावन संचारा बड़ा चित्त चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाला गोपाला हे मुरली गोपाल गोपाल गोपाला गोपाला हे मुरली गोपाल गोपाल बड़ा चित्त चोरा वृंदावन संचारा गोपाल गोपाल हे मुरली गोपाल
स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे जीवननाशी करा सर्वा प्राणपति स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपति आश्रित कल्पलतीहा आश्रित कल्पलतीहा आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवं मरियन्तयुनीरे स्वामी मरियन्तयुनीरे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्राशयना ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंधुको मंगल आरती अंधुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण जय सद्गुरुदेवा। शांति शांति शांति। समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्य सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे 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 सत्यदेवाय सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे 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 सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्।